management Raipur. And apart from that, I hold multiple certifications like Microsoft, IBM, and IBAC USA. So this is a brief intro about me for all the new participants. And my students, anyways, they know about me. For completely new students, I have introduced myself, right? Now, coming back. So in today's class, we are going to discuss data analytics. Okay, now, so whatever the project we are going to discuss today is nothing but data analytics. Now, what is data analytics? Data analytics means nothing but understanding the historical data. Understanding or describing historical data. Describing the historical data or past data. So some data was given to you and you have to analyze the data. What are the data was given to you? You have to analyze, which was already completed, historical data, past, which was already completed, and you have to analyze, and from that, what you have understood. Okay, so this is called as data analytics. Okay, in data analytics, we are going to describe. So we are going to describe the data. So it is called as descriptive analytics. Basically, any data analytics project is called as descriptive analytics project. Because the reason behind that is, it is just describing the data. Okay. Now, what are the steps involved in this project? Okay. Let's understand what are the steps involved in any descriptive analytics project. Steps involved in descriptive analytics or data analytics project. Any data analytics project or descriptive analytics project. And in today's class, we are going to see all the steps, whatever I'm going to write now, all the steps. And once you have joined in the company also, you have to do also same way. Okay. Now, step number 1. Let's start with the step number 1. What is step 1? Step 1 is called as business problem understanding. Business problem understanding. Means first you have to understand the given project. What is the given project is about? Okay. Business problem understanding means understand the given project. So what exactly the client require? Understand the given project. Understand whatever the given project was given. Okay. This project is called as business problem. Okay. Business problem understanding means simply it is project understanding. Understand the given project, whatever the project was given and what exactly the client looking for. What exactly the client is looking for. What exactly he is looking for, right? Client or in terms of whoever has given you the project. For example, you are working as a junior analyst. Your seniors are going to share you the data set. What exactly your senior is looking for? Okay. Okay. Here the client is whoever has shared you the project. Who has given the project? Who has given project? For example, I'm going to share you one of the project after this class to my students. I'm going to share one more assignment. Okay. I'm going to share one data set and I'll ask them to do the work. Okay. Now for my students, I'm the client. For my students, I'm the client and I'm going to share the data set and I will give them some task for them. And I want this task to be completed. So for them, I'm the client, right? Now, generally the business problem for any data analytics project, what would be generally the business problem for any data analytics project is in terms of report. Okay. Data analytics report. Data analysis report. Sir, you are using sometimes the word called as data analytics. Sometimes you are using the word called as data analysis. What is the difference? Complete analysis, if you do, then it is called as data analytics. If you are doing only for a particular question, for one question, you are doing the analysis, means it is called as analysis. Okay. So if you are doing complete, starting to ending, if you are doing entire thing, complete analysis, the complete analysis is called as data analytics. Generally, the business problem would be the data analytics report. Meet whatever the observations you have made from the given data. I want all the observations, whatever you have observed in the given data, all observations in given data. I want all the observations in that which will improve my business, which will improve business. What are the observations you have made, right? So I want with all my observations, right? Yes. It is not only a step-by-step, it is also a practical. So whatever I'm writing here, theoretical, same thing I'm going to show you practical. Theoretical is going to be for half an hour only, followed by 1.5 hours is going to be practical only. Okay, done. Ishwar, your question is clear? Done. So all observations, we are going to make all the observations, different observations, right? This is step number 1. Coming to the step number 2, right? Now, step 2. Once step 1 was completed, step 2. Now we are in the step 2, data understanding. In this stage, step 2, whatever the step 2 is there, stage 2. Instead of writing the step, let us write the stage 2. Once the first stage was completed. So for example, in the real life, what happens? So in the stage 1, whatever the business problem is there, now, first you are going to have meeting. Stage 1 is meeting with your team leader or with your manager, with your team members. Okay. Your manager is going to discuss about you with the team. The entire team is going to discuss about the business problem. So what exactly the business problem? We got a new project, and in this project, the client is looking for this one. He's going to give an overview. The manager, whoever the manager is there, the manager or the project leader, team leader, in terms of those people are going to give you the brief introduction, brief intro about the project. Okay. After giving the brief intro, they'll say that we have shared the project details to your mail. Please check your mail. Okay. After giving the brief intro, they'll ask to check. Now you'll come to the stage 2. Now you'll check in the mail. Now what is there in the mail? Exactly what will be there in the mail? So in the mail, you're going to have first data. So first you have to collect the data. In the data understanding stage is called as data understanding. In that, what will be there means collect the data. First, you are going to collect the data. Okay. So either they'll give you the database, or they'll give the SQL, or they'll give the connection, or anything else. So you are going to get, in my case, you are going to get the Google Drive. In the Google Drive, the data will be stored. Okay, collect the data. Now, once you have collected the data, do the data exploration. Means understand the data step by step very clearly. Okay. What is data exploration? So you have to check each and every column name. What is that column name? That column name is clear for you or not? If it is not clear, go to internet and do some kind of research, and you have to understand very clearly. But you have to make every column name, you have to understand very clearly. That is called as data exploration. And along with that, you are going to understand the given data set. How many columns are there? How many rows are there? All these things, everything you have to understand. Once you have done the data exploration, in that you have to identify how many continuous variables are there. How many count variables are there? How many discrete categorical variables are there? So first you have to identify this. And in categorical variables, you have to identify what are the categories. Within the categorical variables, what are the different categories are there? Categorical variable means nothing but text variable. Right? Now, Coming to the stage number 3. Next, we'll complete the stage 3. We'll go into the stage 3. Now, in the stage 3, we will do the exploratory data analysis. Exploratory data analysis, EDA. Or this stage is also called as data preparation. Okay, either data preparation stage or exploratory data analysis stage. Now, in this stage, what we are going to do? We are going to do the data cleaning. We have to neatly clean the data. And from there, we are going to do the future engineering. Means, if required, we are going to add the new columns. If required, we have to add the new columns. We have to modify the columns. And third one is future selection, which are unimportant variables. We are going to remove the unimportant variables. How we are going to remove the unimportant variables? Unimportant variables are future. Future means nothing but, see, whatever the future word is there, I'm writing here future now. Future or variable or column or field, everything is same. In SQL and Power BI, we used to call it as field. In general English word, it is called as column. In statistics, it is called as variable. In statistics, variable. In ML, AI, data science area, it is called as future. Names are different, but everything is same. Column, simply column. Which column? Future selection means which column is important, which column is not important. How we are going to identify which column is important and which column is not important means using the statistics. Okay, in data analytics project, we are going to identify the important features using one, common sense. Like, for example, serial number is there. Serial number is not useful. What analysis you'll do on the serial number? In that, what you'll identify? Nothing will be there. Like college ID number. Okay, ID number, serial number. Every record is having the unique value. It will not have any importance. And using the statistics, some of them we are going to identify by using the statistics, either by using the common sense or by using the statistics. We are going to delete some of the futures. Okay. Removing unimportant futures is called as future selection. Basically, what is future selection means? Removing unimportant variables or removing unimportant columns. Okay. Remove unimportant columns, which are not important to us. Columns, futures, variables, everything are same. Okay. Now, coming to the stage number 4. Once third stage also completed, now we are going to enter into the stage 4. Here, we are going to do the analysis. The main part lies here. Different types of analysis. Now, analysis means observations, observing. All the different types of observations. Okay. And you are going to make with respect to multiple questions on the given data, and you are going to extract the answers for the multiple questions. So create, here the main point important is create multiple questions related to data. This point is important, guys. This point is more important. Create multiple questions on given data. And for each question, extract information. What are the information is there? Extract the information from each question. And what you have, what are the observations you have made from that is called as analysis. If you do the complete analysis on the data set, if you provide complete analysis means you are doing more amount of research on the given data. It is called as analytics. Right? And finally, stage number 5, last stage is presentation. Whatever the observations you have made, presentation. You are going to do the presentation. Here, the presentation will be done using in terms of PPT. Some people will do the presentation using the dashboard. And this dashboard, either in the Excel, okay, earlier, a few years back, they used to do. Now, this is old, very old. Now, no one is using this in the industry. Very basic level companies are using for minor projects. Power BI and Tableau, like this, we are having. Okay, either by using the PPT, Power BI, or Tableau. Now, which one we have to select means based on the client requirement. For example, I don't know Power BI. If you open in Power BI and if you show it to me, I'll not understand anything. I want in the PPT. I will ask in the PPT. Then obviously you have to show me in the PPT only, right? So what are the client requirement is there? Accordingly, you have to do. Because he's paying the money ultimately. So you have to satisfy him. Right? So this is the complete steps. Now, whatever these 5 stages are there, these 5 stages we are going to do completely using Python only. So I'm going to work initially this one, that is data exploration, EDA, analysis, and presentation. All the steps I'm going to do in the Python only. PPT means PowerPoint presentation. Lakshman, PowerPoint presentation. Okay. So now, yeah, Tarun Rao, we are going to use the, if you are completely using the Python means in the Python, what are the libraries are there? You are going to use the Python libraries. Right? Using the Python libraries. Now, all these 5 stages, step 1, step 2, step 3, whatever I have written here, everything we are going to do now using the Python, complete Python. Okay. Now, Lokesh is asking, sir, could you explain me one more time future engineering? Future engineering means nothing but you are going to add the new features. Okay. Adding new features or new columns. Adding new columns. Okay. Is the point is clear? For example, in the given data set, I'm having something like this. Quantity is there. Unit price is there. For okay, a person has purchased oil packet. Okay, he has purchased some oil packet. That oil packet he has purchased overall 10 quantity he has purchased. Each oil packet worth is 150 rupees. Now, what is the amount? What is the amount? So amount column, we are going to create a new column called as amount column, and that is nothing but 10 into 150 is 1500. That's it. Like that, we are going to create a new column by using the existing whatever the columns we are having. Using that, you are going to create the new columns as per the requirements. Future means future data. Okay. What happens next? What next? I'm not saying future. It is future. Right? Done. Yes. If you want to get reflected in the client's data, it will be reflected. If you don't want to get reflected, means you no need to reflect. It is compulsory of it is not compulsory. It is of your choice. Okay. Now let's take an example and let's understand one by one. Now let's get into the practical part. Okay. Whatever we are going to do today, the practical part by taking one data set. Let me try with a simple data set. Instead of taking a complex data set and instead of not understanding the concepts, anything, let's try with a simple one. Simple project. Sir, why you will take the simple project? Because here we are learning. When we are not applying the concepts now. First, we have not even learned. Without learning only, how we can apply? First, learn. Once learning is completed, once it is clear for us, we can apply on the another data set. Slowly, we'll increase our dosage. Complexity will try to increase. Opening only, if you learn the complex concepts, what happens means you will not understand the concept finally. You will feel that it is a hard one. So let's start with this basic first one. Slowly will increase one by one. Right? Now, what is the project I'm going to take? The project is on a restaurant. What are the restaurant data set I'm having? I'm going to work on the restaurant data. Okay. Now, let me show you the restaurant data set, and from there we'll start working. Okay. Now, there is a restaurant. Okay. There is a restaurant in the US. Okay. Now, assume this restaurant. What are the restaurant in the US is there? This restaurant has worked, started 4 days back, only 4 days back. That is, they have started this on the Thursday, started on Thursday. They have started on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Okay, 4 days. And on the 5th day, okay, on Monday, the owner of the restaurant, he wants to analyze the data. Last 4 days, how my performance, hotel performance is there, he wants to analyze. The restaurant owner wants to know. Okay, if someone starts investing the money in the business, they'll have the interest, right? Every day they'll have the interest that today what business we are having, today how much business we have done, what kind of people has came today. Everyone will have that kind of interest, right? Now, same way, here there is a restaurant, and this restaurant has run for 4 days. And after 4 days, the whoever the restaurant owner is there, he wants to analyze the data. So that is the business problem. First step, step number 1, business problem understanding. What business problem? What is the business problem? I told you now. So the client requirement is to understand last 4 days data. What type of sales was done, right? And now here, understand whatever the client is looking for. If it is not clear, understand clearly. Okay. Without understanding the step 1, if step 1 is not clear, never jump into step 2. First, understand the client requirement. What he is looking for, exactly what he wants. So, why he wants to analyze 4 days data? Why? Question number 1. Why he wants to analyze 4 days data? Why? Because from that, if he has identified any important thing, he wants to modify from Monday at least. Based on the 4 days data, he wants to do some modifications. So in order to develop the business, right? Now, coming to the step 2, data understanding. Now, let's get into that. So here, restaurant owners wants the detailed report. Whatever data I have provided, from that you do the analysis and submit your report. 4 days data I have provided means do the 4 days. 4 years data I have provided means do the 4 years analysis. 10 years data I have provided means do the 10 years analysis. What are the data I have provided? So whatever the data I have provided, for that do the analysis and submit your report. That is the project. Now, here I'm having in terms of NumPy, I'm going to use the library called as NumPy, Pandas, Matplotlib, Seaborn. Okay. Now, the students who are already having the knowledge on the Python, who has knowledge on Python, those people will understand the code. For them, code will be easy. For example, you are not having any knowledge on Python. You will understand the output. Okay, from the output analysis, you'll understand the analysis. Whereas who is having the knowledge on the Python, they'll understand the code also along with the output also. Whatever the output it is giving outside, they'll even understand that. The people who are not having the knowledge on Python, they'll not understand the code. But output they'll understand. From that, okay, for the given question, what is the output we have got? That everyone will understand. That is not a problem. Right? Now, coming back. So here, I'm going to use the NumPy, Pandas, Matplotlib, and Seaborn. I'm going to import the Seaborn as SNS. So Seaborn I'm going to use for my data visualization, for making some plots to understand the data. Okay, for visualization purpose, I'm using this one. And Pandas, I'm going to use for my data analysis. My complete data analysis, I'm going with the Pandas. Okay, now, so majorly, these are the two major libraries. So for Seaborn, this is a supporting library. For Pandas, this is a supporting library. But major libraries are Pandas and Seaborn. These are the major libraries of data analysis with Python. Right? Now, yes. Now, what is this warnings? Warnings means, for example, you are going to get some kind of warnings. It will be ignored. Simply, it will ignore, not errors. Errors are different. Warnings are different. For example, if any value is divided by 0, you are going to get infinity, some infinity. While getting the infinity, I don't want to see that one. It will throw the one warning stating that in your data set, one infinite value is there. I don't want to see that. Just I want to ignore them. Warnings I don't want to have. So I'm going to use the warnings. I'm going to ignore. Done? Right. So the business problem. What is the business problem? The restaurant owner wants to have the detailed report on what all the sales was done for the last 4 days. That is the business problem. The business problem is clear for everyone first. Stage 1 is clear. Stage 1 or step 1. Is that clear? What exactly the client is looking is clear. Anyone having any question on that stage? Stage 1. Please type your question. Whoever the person is having the question on the stage 1, please type your question on the chat box. Done. Yeah, Graneshwar, as I've told you earlier, if you are having the knowledge on Python, these things are okay. These are the different libraries which are in the Python. There are different libraries for different purposes. So for data analysis and data manipulation, we are going to use the Pandas. And for data visualization, we are going to use in terms of Seaborn or Matplotlib or Plotly. Multiple libraries are there. And coming to statistics, we are going to use SciPy, scientific Python. Like that, for each purpose, we are having the different libraries. There are the different libraries, different modules. Yeah, it's some in other languages, it is called as packages. Similar kind of. Right? Now, yes, this is a basic problem. Now, coming to the data set, this is the data set. So I'm having the data set where I'm having the total bill. Oh, okay, what are the person who visited the restaurant? Here, what are the total bill amount they have made? Since it is a US restaurant, $16.99. 16.99 indicates $16.99. Okay. And and tip, this is the tip amount. For this bill, this much of tip amount they have given. And along with that, gender. Okay, whoever the person has paid the bill. Maybe 5 members has came for the restaurant, but out of 5, only 1 person will pay the bill. Who has paid the bill? They have collected the data. Okay, the person who has collected the data, I mean, paid the bill. And smoker, whether the person who has paid the bill, whether the person is a smoker or non-smoker. I don't want remaining people. I want the person who has paid the bill, $16.99, and who has given the tip of 1.01. She is a female and she is a non-smoker. And the day, what are the day they have visited is Sunday during the dinner time. How many people has visited? Means 2 people. Right? Now, this is the data. This is called as data understanding. Each and every column is clear. What are the column names are there? Each and every column is clear for everyone. Now, I can see here some of the questions, like Vivekananda is asking the question, what is the difference between Seaborn versus Power BI? Power BI is a tool, Seaborn is a software, programming language. Power BI is a tool. You are going to click on that and it will work. How? What is the backend code? They are tools. Power BI, Tableau, all these things are tools. And this is a programming language. But at the end, both are common is data visualization. Both the purposes is data visualization. Next, Somya is asking the question. Could you please clarify the specific requirements the client was looking for? Yes, exactly. The client is looking for last 4 years, 4 days data. What are the 4 days data was there? He want to do some analysis on that. Some observations. He want to do some observations from that. Now, Mohammed is asking, sir, here you have taken only the 4 days, limited data, and we can use Python. When it comes to the thousands of data, like 1 lakh records or 10 lakh records or 90,000 records or something, very large amount of data is there. In that case also same. Concept will remain same. Time will increase. As the data increases, time taking process will increase. As the data size is small, time will be less. That's it. Do you think that in 1.5 hour or 2 hours class, can I do on the 1 lakh records? Assume that I have brought today for 1 lakh records. For this workshop, I have brought a data set which consists of 1 lakh records, or which I have brought of 10 lakh records, 1 million records I have brought, and which is having of 30 to 40 columns. Do you think in this class, can I complete that one? Is that possible, Mohammed? Point is simple, right? So within the given time, what kind of data set we can take, and for the today's class, what type of students and what type of participants, and for them, which type of project, if you explain, for them, it would be very clear that we have to understand. Is the point is clear? But whatever you are saying is correct. At the same time, at the end, okay, at the end, after this small data application, the similar kind of application we have to do on a large data set, because in the real companies, only large data will be available. 100% large data will be available. For doing that large data, first we have to understand the basics. Okay, is the point is clear, right? Now, sir, in company, will they provide what insights the client require from the given data set? Sharath Chandra, note this point. This is important. You write this point. You ask the question, in company, will they provide what insights the client required from the given data set? This is the question, right? Sharath Chandra. Write that point in the notes. That we are going to discuss. That point only more important. Okay. In the stage 4, your point is going to play a major role. Stage 4. But before going to the stage 4, let us complete the stage 2. Now, here there is a total bill, tip amount, gender, smoker, day, time, size. Total bill means how much amount they have paid. Total bill, how much amount they have done in the restaurant. Right? Now, tip amount. Tip amount is with respect to how much tip they have given to us. They have given. Next one is gender, whoever the person has paid, and whether the person is a smoker or non-smoker, on which day they have paid, and dinner. Size means how many members. 2 members has came to that restaurant. 2 members has came, out of which one of the female, and the female has paid the bill. Who is the second person? Second person might be female, might be male. Anything. That second person we don't want. Here 3 persons has came. Out of 3 persons, one of the person is male, and that person has paid the bill amount along with the tip amount. Okay, total members visited the restaurant is the size. Right? Is the point is clear? Size is clear. Yes, done. Now, first let's understand the info. Now, what is info? the entire table, what are the table of data we have collected? This is a CSV file, CSV or Excel file. Some people will have the data in the Excel, some people will have in the CSV, some people will have in the database, right? Now, yes, yeah, I'm going to share you even the CSV file. Now, df.info. Okay, df.info means it gives the information of the data. Information on data set. Let's open the df.info. Df means data frame and info. As I've told you, who are not familiar with Python coding part, they may not just ignore the coding part. You focus only at the output. Who are already good on the coding, I mean, who are already familiar with Python, you understand the coding part also. Others who are completely new to Python, who don't know Python, just ignore the Python code. Okay. To understand those Python code, again, I have to go back. Again, I have to complete so many things. Now, here, my data set consists of 244 entries. 244 entries means 244 records are there. In the last 4 days, 244 different people has visited the restaurant, that particular restaurant, right? And 7 columns, total 7 columns are there. In my data set, 244, 7. My data set shape is 244, 7 is the shape of the data set, rows and columns. And what are the column names? Means total bill, tip amount, gender, smoker, day, time, size. Now, let's understand the each and every variable data type. What is the data type? Okay. Now, data type of total bill. What are the total bill and tip amount? These both comes under continuous because they are money. Money always comes under continuous. Gender is a categorical variable because it is having the text data inside. Categorical variable. Next one is smoker. Whether the person is a smoker or non-smoker, it is also a categorical variable. Next one is Sunday, categorical. Next one is categorical. So these 4 of them comes under categorical. So first 2 columns comes under continuous. These 2 columns comes under continuous. And these 4 columns comes under categorical. And this comes under count. The last one comes under count. How many are there? How many? Either 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5. It comes under, how many comes under count. Continuous means continuous flow of data with decimal. Exactly. Continuous flows of data is called as continuous data. Continuous data's examples are, what are the continuous we are having? The examples for continuous are like age of the person, right? Length, volume, weight, height also centimeters, length only, right? Once again, it is length, area, everything. All this comes under continuous variable along with the money. Wherever the money comes into picture, money. All these are continuous variables, right? Yes. Temperature, exactly. Temperature, all these are continuous variable. Discrete count. Count means how many number of cars you are having. Either 1 car or 2 cars or 3 cars. If you are not having any car, means 0. 0 cars. Okay. Number of bikes. Number of cell phones. Okay. Mobile phones or cell phones, whatever it is. And number of people. In this case, number of persons. Size means nothing but number of persons. Okay. Number of pens. Number of books. All this number of, either it will be 1, 2, count now. You are going to count. Here, how many students are there in this class? 194 students. Count. It is a count. Is the point is clear? Now, so now we are having in terms of what are the continuous variables, what are the discrete categorical, and all these things means these are the variables. So first one is starting with continuous total bill, tip amount. These both comes under continuous variable. Categorical, gender, smoker, day, time. These four comes under categorical. Size bill comes under count. Now, first I'm going to start with the first column. What is the first column was given? Total bill. I will start with the each and every column name one by one. I will write here total bill, tip amount, gender, smoker, day, time, size. These are the columns. So let us start one by one. I'm going to start the exploration, data exploration. What I'm going to do here, after loading the data, I'm doing here is called as data exploration. I'm understanding my data set very clearly. Understanding the given data very clearly is called as data exploration. Understanding the data, given data. What are the given data? Very clearly is called as data exploration. For small data sets, small time. For large data sets, more time. As the data set size increases, time increases. In the company, we are not going to do in one day, right? Here, the project will be completed in 1 day or 2 hours or something. In the company also, in 2 hours only project will be completed. No, right? Why in the company's project will not be completed in 2 hours or 3 hours or in 2 days? Miss, reason is data size is more. Right? Now, here, I'm going to take the total bill. First, I'm going to observe the total bill. What are the total bill was given to me? I'm just observing the total bill. So in the total bill, total 244 records are there. The average bill made in this restaurant is 19.78 is the average bill. And minimum bill of $3 with a maximum bill of $50.81. This is the minimum to this is the maximum with an average of 19.78. So I'm going to get the count. Total 244 records is count. Average is 19.78. Standard deviation, minimum value, median value. This is called as 50 percentile, maximum value. So majorly, I'm going to focus here on the average value. What is the minimum to maximum? Okay, in this restaurant, minimum $3 to maximum $50 with an average bill of $19. Now, as in this class, many of you are having the Swiggy or Zomato. Any one account, many of you may have. And in that, there are different restaurants are there. Okay, multiple restaurants are there. Now, in the restaurants, what are the multiple restaurants? Everyone will not give the same offer. Why? Different restaurants are providing different offer. One restaurant will say that if you purchase more than $199, you'll get one discount coupon. One restaurant will say about $299. One restaurant will say about $399. One restaurant will say about $699. Why? Question is why? Why? Everyone can say that same thing now. $199 only now. Why some restaurants are asking for $399 to give them some additional discount? Because that is the average value. They are already having that one. They want to improve their sales mix. From there, they have to do. Below to that, they are already having the good sales. Is the point is clear? Every restaurant will not be the same. In every restaurant, total bill amount is not going to be the same. The restaurant members are not going to be the same. What are the amounts? For example, if you go to the ITC Kohinoor, you are going to do the bill is different. And if you go with the Paradise, the bill is different. What are the food you are going to order or what are the things you are going to do, bill is going to be different. How both will be the same? Right? Is the point is clear? Now, next, this is the first column, total bill. Now I'm moving on to the second bill called as tip. Since tip amount is also a continuous variable, just I'm applying the describe function. And I'm observing what is the mean value, minimum value, or is the maximum value. And next, if I come to the gender, in my data set, what are the genders are there? As of now, here, you can see only male and female. Male and female only is there. Maybe in between, out of 244 records, first 5 records and last 5 records is visible. In between, multiple records are there, which are not visible. Now, how you can know? What are the unique values are there in this? Maybe male and female or third gender also is there or not? How you can know? So just open So I'm going to check in my data set how many unique categories are there in the gender, female and male. And what is the value counts? Value counts means how many are there? How many females are there? How many males are there? For example, here, while observing the unique values, you have observed females, okay, with caps lock F, okay, male with caps lock M. And you have even observed third category called as female with the small f. Basically, these both belongs to one category only. So this is considered as a wrong data and we have to replace. Either this one we have to replace with this or this one we have to replace with this because both belongs to single category. So whether you have to replace or whether you have to do the data cleaning or not, how we will decide means first you have to observe the given data. After doing the data exploration only, you have to come to the data cleaning part. Whether you have to modify the data or not, how you can decide? How you know before itself? Okay. If any missing values are there also, it will show the np.nan. It will show that female, male, and one of the record is missing. I mean, some records are missing. So that we'll understand, oh, in this column, some missing values are there. So some category of missing values are there. In that particular column, how many unique values are there? All the unique values I'm going to extract. Right? And value counts. Value counts means value means category and their counts. So how many males are there means 157. How many females are there means 87. Overall 244. Out of which males are 157, females are 87. And the smoker. Similarly, smoker. Gender was completed. Okay, third column was completed. After third column, what is the next column? Smoker. Smoker is a categorical variable. For categorical variable, what I have to observe? Categories only I have to observe. I can't observe minimum value, maximum value, right? For categorical variable, categories you have to observe. For continuous variable, minimum value, maximum value, mean values you have to observe. For categorical variable, I'm observing what are the unique categories are there. Here, yes and no. So I'm having with some people are smokers are there, some non-smokers are there. And what is the count? With respect to count of smokers with 151, non-smokers of 93. So non-smokers are 151, smokers are 93. Similarly, day. What are the unique days are there? Sunday, Saturday, Thursday, Friday. As I have told you this one, only 4 days the restaurant has completed their sales. Okay. Next day. In the each day. So on Saturday, 87 people has came. Sunday, 76 people. 76 means in terms of 76 people has paid the bill. 76 groups. 76 groups. In that group, 1 person might be there. In that group, 10 people might be there. But total number of groups has came is 87. Okay. Now, time. If you observe the time, dinner and lunch. And how many records are there with the dinner means 176. How many are there with lunch means 68. Right? And coming to the last one called as size. What are the sizes there? The size. How many different people are there? So this for this particular restaurant, size of 1 means a single person has visited. 2 people combined they have visited. 3 people as a group they have visited. 4 people, 5 people, 6 people. So maximum of 6. Minimum of 1 person to maximum of a team of 6 members has came till now. So 10 people, 12 people, 15 people, 20 people or get-togethers or something has happened in this restaurant means no, as of now. Maximum of 6. And if you observe with respect to for each category, so most of the, for this restaurant who has came, most of them are 2 people as a group. 2 people as a group. Okay, I'm still in the stage number 2, which is called as data exploration. So now, column number 1, total bill. In this, I know what is the minimum value, what is the maximum value. For tip amount, what is the minimum to, what is the maximum, and what is the average. Gender, what are the categories are there? And in the smoker, what are the categories are there? In the day, what are the categories are there? In the time, what are the categories? This particular restaurant will work only for lunch and dinner. No breakfast, no with respect to snacks. Only lunch and dinner. This particular restaurant is having only lunch and dinner. Right? And size. In the size, I'm having minimum of 1% to maximum a group of 6 people. So complete data is clear for us. So I told you that data exploration means understanding the given data very clearly. Did we understand the data very clearly? Each and every column, what are the categories are there? For categorical variable categories, we have observed. For continuous variable, we have observed with respect to minimum to maximum values. Now, we can't apply the describe function on the size column. Though it is a number also, we can't apply. If you apply size column describe, what happens? What are the size column is there for this particular column? If you apply the describe function, that is minimum value to maximum value. Means for this particular restaurant, minimum of 1 to maximum of 6 people with an average of 2.56 people has came for this restaurant. Is that making sense for you? 2.56 people will come to a restaurant. Huh? So that is the reason why we should not apply the describe function or mean value on the count variables. Is the point is clear? Minimum, maximum, okay. Up to these two, okay. But we should not apply mean, standard deviation. These things we should not apply. So whatever you want with respect to minimum you want, apply minimum. That is not a problem. Apply the maximum. That is also not a problem. Is the point is clear, guys? Now, so if I apply the complete descriptive statistics on the given data, that is 2 columns continuous, total variable and tick, I can get in one shot by writing the continuous. So 2 variables at a time. And if I observe their distribution, how the distribution of the data is there. Okay, now I'm going to observe the distribution. Still, I'm in the data exploration stage only, stage 2 only. I'm not even entered into stage 3. I'm in the stage 2. Stage 2 was to be completed after that, stage 3, after that, stage 4. I'm still in the stage 2. I'm still observing the data, exploring the data. What are the given data to me? I'm just exploring. Now, I'm just observing what are the data was given to me. I'm just applying the histogram. Okay, how the histogram for the total bill. I'm going to consider the total bill amount. And I'll see the how the histogram is looking as. This is the histogram. And by writing the KDE, that is kernel density estimation, I'm going to observe the how the data was distributed. And this is PLT dot, this is PLT now. Let us apply the SNS. SNS dot hist. Okay, SNS dot hist plot. Okay, so if you observe the hist plot, you can observe the distribution. So clearly you can see the people who are having with respect to more than $40, they are very less. Most number of people are from $10 to $20. The count, what are the data, more amount of data lies here in this area. So these 3 bars are very high when compared to other bar heights. These 3, what are the bins are there? These bin, what are the height of the bins is there? That is very high. Count is more. So count is more means from this what you can conclude. More number of people are paying with respect to $10 to $20. Now tell me for this particular restaurant, if I have to do some prescription, means I want to suggest for my owner, I want to suggest based on my analysis, for which type of people I have to give the discount. Should I give the discount for $10 or $12 or $15, or should I give the discount for more than 20? For which one I have to give the, if I have this particular restaurant is kept in the Swiggy. Exactly. Hardik, 30 to 50 range. I mean more than 30 or more than 25. Right? So already 10 to 20, you are having good amount of data is there. Out of 244 records, up to here, you are having very good amount of data, right? From here to here, you are not having that much of good amount of data. Right? Now, similarly, from this, what I'm going to understand? Okay, I'm going to see the skewness also. What are the skewness of this total bill column is there? Skewness. What are the total bill column? This particular column is there. For this particular column, I'm even applying the skewness. What is skewness? Skewness tells whether it has with respect to more amount of data on the right side or left side, or both the sides are equal. So it is a 1.13. 1.13 means what? It is a right skew, positive skew. Positive skew means right side, very less number of people are there. That is the meaning. For example, 0, you have got 0 means left side and right side, same amount of people are there who are having with respect to from the less than $20 and more than $20 same. Now, what is the average price of the total bill? Already I have checked here. What is the average price? 19.78. So from the mean, very less number of people are there above this. Okay, less number of people are there above to this. And below to that, more number of people are there. That is the meaning of right skew. Right? Similarly, I'm going to observe the box plot. Okay, for the total bill column, I'm going to observe total bill. What are the total bill is there? For that, I'm observing the box plot. And here I can see some outliers are there. Now, outliers means who has paid the more bill compared to me. Now, what I have to do in this situation for these outliers? Should I remove the outliers? Means though the persons who has paid the high bill also, should I say that, no, you have not paid the bill, so I'm not going to consider you. Are we going to say like this? Tell me guys, what do we have to do in this case? Yeah, Sai Kumar, exactly. Between -1 to +1 skewness is considered as normal distribution. Tell me guys, outliers, what we have to do with the outliers? What are the outliers we are having? In this case, in this example, what we have to do? We have to retrain them as it is. Exactly. We have to keep them as it is because they have really paid the amount. That is real data. Keep as it is and you have to analyze how you can remove them. No, you have not paid the bill, so I'm not going to consider you. Are we going to say like this? No. Exactly. All the students, whatever you are writing, exactly correct answer. For this particular situation, for this particular project, we have to consider the outliers. We have to go with the called as retrain, concept called as retrain. Retrain means keep them as it is and we have to analyze. Done? And so what are the observations you have made from this? All the observations you are going to write. Every observation from categorical variables or discrete variables, whatever you have made the observations, every observation you are going to write. Right? So total bill variable is a right skew and it is also having some outliers. Tip variable is also a right skew and it is also having some outliers. So total bill I have checked. Similarly, you are going to check for the tip amount also. Once total bill was completed, similarly, you apply for the tip column. Same logic you apply for the tip column. Same logic you are going to apply for the next column. For each and every column, you have to do the same. Right? Now, coming to the stage number 3. Now, what is stage 3? Just now we have discussed. What is stage 3? Exploratory data analysis. In that, what we have to do? Data cleaning. What are the wrong data is there? We have to clean the wrong data type. So now tell me guys, what are the steps included in the data cleaning? What are the steps? First one is called as data, wrong data. What are the wrong data you are having? You are going to clean the wrong data. Clean the wrong data. Second one is wrong data type. What are the wrong data type is there? That one you have to clean. Next one is duplicates. We have to remove the duplicates. Next one is missing values. What are the missing values are there in our data set? We have to treat the missing values. Next, outliers. So these are the things which we have to do the treatment. Right? So one, wrong data type. duplicates, missing values, and outliers, total 5. All these things we have to do. And Sai Kumar is asking the question, sir, here the skewness is 1.3 and it is a normal distribution. Sai Kumar, if the data is between -1 to +1, it is called as normal distribution. 1.13 is more than 1 or less than 1? Simple, right? Okay. When you know the answer, you should not get confused. Okay. Yeah. So now, first, we are going to start with the wrong data. Now tell me guys, in this, any wrong data you observed while working? While working on this data, you have observed the unique values, you have observed this one. Have you observed any wrong data anyway? In this entire data set, have anyone has observed any wrong data while doing the data exploration? You have to observe the wrong data only during the data exploration, guys. During the data exploration only you have to observe. At the same time, for example, sir, I want to see the unique values of the total bill. Observe the total bill unique values also. How to observe the unique values of total bill means just dot unique. So any wrong data is there or wrong data type? Any data was given in the string format? Any wrong data or wrong data type is there here? Similarly for tip also, even for the tip also, you can apply even the same logic for the tip amount also. So now you'll observe the importance of Jupyter Notebook. See now for each of them, just we are moving like this and we are observing the data and we are doing the analysis. Right? Is the point is clear? So there is no wrong data in our data set, entire data set, there is no wrong data. Since there is no wrong data, no need to do the wrong data treatment. Now tell me any wrong data type. Anything was considered in the wrong data type. Wrong data type means this one should be in the, for example, continuous variable. How the continuous variable should be there? Float type. Yes, it is in the float type, correct data type. And tip amount. Okay, done. Gender, object, smoker, object, day, object, time, object, size, int. Int means obviously it should be in the count. Count will be always in the int. 1.1 member is not possible now. A size of 5 members will come or a size of 6 members will come. 5.5 size people will not come, right? Just by observing like this, see if the data set is large also, data set is small also, logic will remain same. Here, for example, in any one of the data set, you are having something like this. Then obviously one string is there also, you will get the output as, instead of float, you will get the output as object. So tip cannot be object. So then some wrong data is there inside. In that way, you have to understand. All these things will be done. That is the reason. Guys who are attending my students who has completed earlier the Python, okay, statistics and data cleaning, who has completed all these 3 classes, all these things, for you, whatever we are doing is very clear, right? Whatever the wrong data type, wrong this one, that one, whatever we are discussing, because all these things we have done in the earlier classes. That is the reason today you are feeling easy. Assume that you have not attended the previous classes. Today's class, what will happen? Simple, right? Now, coming to this point, next, wrong data. In our case, there is no wrong data. The wrong data type also not there. Let us observe the duplicates. Is there any duplicates? How to check any duplicate record is there? df dot duplicated is the function to identify the duplicate records. Now let us observe any duplicate records are available or not in our data set, any duplicate records. Yes, there is one duplicate record. Now, whenever we are having a duplicate record, that duplicate record, what we have to do? Drop. So df dot drop of duplicates. We are going to drop the duplicates. What are the duplicates we are having? Drop the duplicates. And this is the comment. Okay. So if you are having any duplicate records in your data set, drop them. So now when you drop the one of the record, now what is the balance records you are having is 243 records. Okay. So duplicate records means same data repeated as it is. Same data repeated as it is called as duplicate record. Okay. Now the question is now in this situation, okay, this is called as duplicate. Generally, duplicate record means will delete. Means a same person, same customer name. We are having the same customer name and the same customer in terms of same thing, everything is as it is. Then it is called as duplicate and we are going to drop. Now tell me guys, in this situation, should I drop the duplicate or not? Tell me in this situation. Here I'm not having the customer name. One person has made a bill of $13 and he has given a tip of $2. Some other person has came and he also made a $13 and 2. Now in this situation, should I drop the duplicates or should I not drop the duplicates? What I have to do? Exactly. Don't drop. Because here the name of the person, for example, date is there, time is there, person name is there, same date, that is on 2nd June 2024 at 11:17 SRK. Same SRK second time also in the same time. How SRK will come in the same time? How it is possible? SRK might be repeated. Maybe I may go to the same restaurant one more time, but some other day or some other time, right? Okay, at least on the same day, some other time, right? On the same time, 2 times, how I can go to the same restaurant? How it is possible? So in that case, we are going to drop. So that is the reason we have to observe the duplicate records. We should not blindly drop that. First, we have to extract the duplicate records. Whether this is a really can happen or not, we have to understand. So here common sense also is required. While working with data analysis, not only blindly the code, along with the code, some common sense also should be added. Okay. Now, Lakshmi Saranya is asking, there is a chance if there is another person SRK. Another person SRK might be available. So your name is SRK, another person name also might be SRK. No, sir. Very good point. That pointer. Now 2 SRKs are there also. Now in this case, also should we remove or should we not remove? Miss? As per Lakshmi Saranya's point, even 2 SRKs comes at the same time also. Very rare case. But if it is, there is a chance, there is a chance. Out of 10,001, it will happen. Exact same time, 2 different persons having the same date, they may get. In that case also, we have to consider. So we should not drop the duplicates. Don't drop the duplicates for this particular data. That is the point. Now, Shivasai, he is coming with a one more point called as transaction ID. Perfect point. Exactly. That transaction ID for the same person, 2 different SRKs cannot have the same transaction ID. The bill number will be different unique number. That is the reason unique numbers will be useful. They may not be useful for analysis purpose, but they'll be useful for data cleaning purpose. Once the data cleaning was completed, after this analysis, once we enter into the analysis, at that time, the transaction ID will not be important. But during the data cleaning, the transaction ID is important. Is the points are clear, guys? So we have to understand the sense. I mean, in that situation, Hardik saying that transaction ID is considered as a primary key in the SQL. In the SQL, it is called as primary key. Here, we are not discussing SQL now, so there is no concept of primary key, foreign key, all these things. right? Of course, the data will be stored in the database. We are going to do one more project. That project includes the SQL, data cleaning with data analysis, and along with the Power BI, final presentation with Power BI. But in today's class, all these things we are going to do in the Python only. Right? Done. So next, if I observe any missing values in my data set, no missing values. And outliers. Now what I have to do with the outliers? As you told earlier, outliers we have to keep as it is. We are going to keep the outliers as it is. We are not going to disturb the outliers. Now, my favorite and for which we are waiting all this for today's class is analysis. Finally, we have entered into the analysis. Now, most important point comes into picture. Yes, Dheeraj is asking if you are having the missing values, what we are going to do? Yes, obviously, missing values we have to treat now. Treatment we have to do. Missing values treatment we have to do either with respect to replace or we have to remove. Either replace or remove. Two options are there. For missing values treatment, two options. Now, analysis. Sharat Chandra, your question. Now I'm going to open your question wherever in the chat box. I have to go now back to that particular point. Wherever your question. Sharat Chandra, can you copy your question once again? Earlier I told you that write in the notes now. That question can you copy once? I can't open in the chat box back because so many students has typed in between. Can you copy your question, please? Sharat Chandra. Okay. Now, the point is very simple. Observations. We are going to do the analysis with observations. Now, what are the observations? Now, tell me, guys. Now, you think you are the owner. Okay. Now, you think you are the owner. Now, Sharat Chandra question is, this is the question. What are the Sharat Chandra has asked in the chat box? I'm writing here because others you can't see that question. Huh? So, will company provide what insights they need from data set? This is the question. Sharat Chandra is asking in the chat box. This is the question. Of course, question mark is not there. Remaining asterisk is there. Now, will company provide what insights they need to perform in the data set? Now, assume that you are the restaurant owner and you want to analyze. As a owner, what are the points you are looking for? Can anyone write at least 10 questions from this data set? On which day more number of people are there? Whether smokers are, what is the total amount made and total revenue made on the Sunday, total revenue on Saturday, something. What are the questions? Can you write at least 10 questions, everyone, in your notes? Notes, in your notes, not in the chat box. Based on this data, sir, whether the restaurant is a good restaurant or bad restaurant, that is not here, right? So reviews are not available. So in this data set, what type of questions you can make? Can you write 10 questions in your notes, please? All the students, 10. Minimum 10, maximum infinite, no restrictions. Your choice. Minimum 10. If you are the restaurant owner and you want to do the analysis, done, guys? 10 questions. Now, questions are there with you. All the questions are there. Now, we require the answers for your questions. For every question, one answer. How many questions you have written? That many answers, right? So now, whatever the questions you have written, for each question, if you observe the answer, it is called as analysis. That is only called as analysis. How many questions you have written from the restaurant owner point of view? If you think from the restaurant owner point of view, what would be your mindset is how I can improve my sales. This is your mindset would be. For that only, you'll check all the details. For example, Sunday, what is the total amount? And Saturday, what is the total amount? And Friday, what is the total amount? For example, on the Sunday, Saturday, total amount is very good. Means you are making a good amount of revenue. But on the Tuesday or Wednesday or Thursday or some other days, you are not making the good amount of that one. What you are going to do? In terms of, you are going to provide some kind of offer. As everyone knows this barbecue. In India, barbecue nation. There is a restaurant called as Barbecue Nation. Right? So in this barbecue, we are having unlimited buffet. Now, is the Saturday, Sunday price and Tuesday's price is same or different? Anyone knows? Anyone know that answer? Yeah. Oh, most of the students know, sir. Okay, done. Good. So everyone says that it is different. Now, why on Saturdays only it is, I mean, Sundays, the price is very high when compared to Tuesday. Why? Reason? Why? Question is why? Hardik is saying that holiday. Some people are saying more amount of members will come, more people will visit. Perfect. All these things. So more people are visiting means what is the meaning? More revenue is there. When more revenue is there, why I have to give the some kind of discount for you? When I have to give the discount means when I'm not having that much of sales to attract the more public, I have to give some kind of additional offer. Some kind of additional offer, right? Now, if I'm having very good revenue or very good things, why I have to give the discount? Unnecessary. Point is simple. Now, on which day do you have now for this particular restaurant? Okay, for this particular restaurant, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Out of these 4 days, which day they are having more revenue, which day they are having the less revenue is the question number 1. I want to observe that. Okay, what is the average bill made by the females and what is the average bill made by the males? I want to observe for males separately, for females separately. Now, within the Sunday, more number of males are coming, or on the Sunday, more number of females are coming. So what you are going to do from all these observations, finally I will come with the best offer, which will satisfy most of the things. Instead of based on one single one offer, if I create like that for every observation, if I create one offer, so many offers will come, but I can't give that many offers, right? Finally, I can make with one offer or 2 offers. That offer has to be created means first we have to do the analysis. Is the point is clear? So now, whatever the questions you have done, you have written on the notes for each and every question. For each and every question, now we are going to see the answers. Now, let's start. These are the previous class students' questions. Let's ignore these questions as of now. That one we'll discuss later. Now, you have written some questions now. Now, any one student, can you type your question? One question. Which of the question I get first? For that question, I'll show the answer. Yeah, Sharad Chandra is asking total revenue on each day. And he wants to identify which day is the total revenue high, right? Now, for that, what I'm going to do? Just this df dot group by. First, I'm going to group the data into 4 categories. What are the 4 categories? Miss day-wise. I'm going to separate the data day-wise. And within that day-wise, I'm going to take the total bill. What are the total bill amount is there? Total bill. And dot what I want, mean value. So in the Friday, average bill amount is 70. On Saturday, average bill amount is 20. And on Sunday, average bill amount is 21. On Thursday, average bill amount is 17. And he wants average bill means this one, but he don't want average bill. Revenue, total revenue on Sunday means all the bills. You have to cumulate to all the bills. Sum. He wants the sum. That is the question. So that I'm going to do the sum. Is the point is clear? If you want average billa, you want total billa. I mean total cumulative revenue. You want the revenue one. So the question was by Chandra is, I want the total revenue. So I am showing the total revenue. On Friday, what is the revenue they have made? On Saturday, on Sunday, and on Thursday. Now from this, what you have observed? Thursday, first they have started the restaurant. On first day also, they are having the $1,000 bill. Overall, the $1,000 they have made the revenue. But on Friday, only 325 they have made the revenue. Again, on Saturday, Sunday, they are having a very good revenue of 1,700 and 1,600. So from this, what you are going to conclude? On Fridays, the revenues are comparatively less for this particular restaurant. Barbecue has also identified in the same way. Tuesday, the revenue is less. Right? Now, not only with respect to using the pandas, now I want to observe the same thing using the Seaborn also. Okay, with respect to the Seaborn. And Hardik is asking, can we do the prediction? That prediction is called as predictive analytics. Prediction is called as predictive analytics. Based on the data we are predicting on the future is called as predictive analytics. I'm working on the descriptive analytics. I'm just observing what was happened earlier. I'm not going to discuss on the what will happen in the future. First, let me understand past. Then I'll decide what happens in the future. Past only is not clear, means how I can decide future. Right? Now, so these things like this, we are going to make the one by one analysis. Questions. What are the questions you are having? All the questions. How the data was distributed. So as I've told you, how the data was distributed means you have to observe the total bill amount. SNS dot hist plot. You have to apply the hist plot. Why hist plot? To observe the distribution of the data. Means more number of people are paying which kind of bills. Distribution. You have to observe the distribution means you are going to use the hist plot, which is respect to total bill amount. And by observing the histogram, I'm going to observe more amount of people falls under which category. Right? Now, next, as one of the student is asking in the chat box question, why it is more on Saturday and Sunday? Why? Whatever you have observed here, observation point of view, it is Friday it is less. Saturday, Sundays it is more. Why? That question answer is called as diagnostic analytics. That is the next stage. Diagnostic analytics. From there, we'll start identifying the reason. What is the reason why more number of people are coming on Saturday and Sunday? The reason would be it is a weekend. Answer is weekend. But that question, why question and why it has happened as like that? Why? What is the reason behind that? Miss, reasons will be with respect to called as diagnostic analytics. Yeah, Shiv Prasad, you are typing. You are raising your hand. Can you type your question, Shiv Prasad? On which day at time female smokers are visiting? On which day the more females are coming to the restaurant? Akshay wants to know on which day more females are coming to the restaurant. That is the question by Akshay. Okay, now let's see the question by Akshay that on which day the more amount of females are coming to the restaurant. On which day females are more to restaurant. Maybe he wants to go on that day, right? Yeah, for getting purpose. Now, on which day the females are more to restaurant. Let's observe PD dot cross tab because both of them are discrete variables. So first one is called as day and the second one is time or which day and gender. Na? You want the second one is gender with respect to gender, day versus gender. Now on Friday, females total 19 people are there. On the total in the female, only 19 people. I mean 19 groups. Out of 19, 10 of males and 9 is females. On Saturday, 28 and males are 59. Sunday, females are 18, males are 58. On Thursday almost same. Thursday and Friday almost same, but on Saturday and Sunday, more amount of males are paying the bill. Of course, from this data set, we can conclude that more males are paying the bill. That is reality, and in the data set also it is proved, hence proved. Yeah, and how to do statistical analysis? Shiva Prasad is asking statistical analysis. Now, the statistical analysis is nothing but, so I'm asking you in terms of, for example, if you are doing the one continuous variable, if you are taking only one continuous variable, you are going to apply the measures of central tendency, mean, median, mode, measures of dispersion. What are the measures of dispersion? That is measures of shape, nothing but describe function. If one continuous variable with one continuous and one discrete, you are adding the one continuous with a combination of one discrete variable, then you are going to use the group by function. And if you are going with one discrete variable, only singly separately discrete variable, again, you are going to apply the describe function, that is unique values. What are the number of unique values are there, value counts, and the mode. These are the things we are going to apply on a single individual variable. When you are having one discrete, along with that one, one discrete and second one also discrete, means indirectly two discrete variables. When you are having the two discrete variables, you are going to apply the cross tab. When you are analyzing on the two discrete variables at a time, apply the cross tab. Now, if you are applying the same thing on two continuous, by considering two continuous variables at a time, you are going to observe the scatter plot. If it is two continuous variable, scatter plot. If it is one continuous variable, plot is histogram, hist plot. And for one continuous and one discrete, bar plot. Plot wise, it is bar plot. And for one discrete variable, count plot or pie plot. And two discrete variables, again bar plot. And two continuous variables, scatter plot. If you are going with the plot wise. All these things also we have to see, because in today's class, Pandas along with the Seaborn. Along with the Seaborn, right? So we have to observe all these things. Is your question is clear? Shiva Prasad. Done. Perfect. Now, let's start as based on the request of the Shiva Prasad. And of course, his question is clear also still for him. I'm taking one continuous variable, only one continuous variable, any one. I'm not going to with the two continuous variables at a time, only one continuous variable, any one continuous variable. So if you are applying the logic on one continuous variable, for that one continuous variable, let us take one continuous variable called as total bill. This is the total bill dot describe. This is statistics for the one continuous variable. For one continuous variable, what is the plot? We have to apply the plot for one continuous variable called as histogram and box plot. These are the two plots. First one, we have to apply histogram, that is distribution of the data, how the data was distributed. And the second one is we have to observe the same distribution of the data we are going to observe based on the box plot. These are the two plots which we are going to apply on a single variable, single continuous, for one continuous variable. Now, if I go with the one instead of one continuous variable, okay, if I add the two continuous variables, for two continuous variables. Sir, now question is more than two. That one also we'll see. Obviously, next question would be if I'm having more than two continuous variables. That one also we'll observe. So for two continuous variables, when you are having two continuous variables and you want to analyze two continuous variables at a time, you are going to use a plot called as scatter plot, SNS.scatter. What are the scatter plot is there? SNS.scatter plot. Okay, in the SNS.scatter plot, you are going to give the total bill. And the second one is called as tip amount. These are the two columns, and you are going to get the output. SNS.scatter plot. As plt.scatter, we are going to use plt.scatter. Here SNS.scatter plot. X is equal to df of total bill, comma, y is equal to df of tip. This is the scatter plot. And as the total bill increases, tip also increases. From this, we can observe the direction is this one. This is for two continuous variables. Now, if you observe the previous, my students in this class who has already completed the matplotlib, for you already these things you are familiar. Now, if you are having more than two variables, now question comes with more than two. This was not available in the matplotlib. Why we have to go with the Seaborn? Because advanced plots are available in the Seaborn. More than two variables when you are working, that is more than two continuous variables along with the one discrete variable. Two continuous plus one discrete. Okay. Now you'll get a doubt. Sir, I'm having three continuous. That one also we'll discuss. Okay. All the possibilities we'll discuss. Every possibility, whatever are there, everything we'll discuss one by one. Right? Two continuous with one discrete variable. When you are having, then what you are going to use? Same thing. Same SNS.scatter plot. Okay. See guys, in the PLT, matplotlib, it is hist. In SNS, it is hist plot. In PLT, it is a box. In SNS, it is called as box plot. In matplotlib, it is called as scatter. In SNS, it is called as scatter plot. Plot word has added every time. Plot, 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 plot. Right? For easy understanding, guys. For easy understanding. Now, SNS dot X is equal to total bill, Y is equal to tip. Now, I'm adding the third variable. My third variable is nothing but Q is equal to gender. Means I'm going to separate them by using the gender column. So now you can see here in this same scatter plot, you are having with respect to two different genders. In one single scatter plot, you are having the one off with respect to males and second one is with respect to females. Okay. Now from here, you can observe that who has paid the more amount of tip. 10 with respect to highest who has made means it is male. If the person who is analysis the analysis is done, if the analysis is done by the waiter, if analysis is done from the waiter point of view, he will focus on the tip amount. If the analysis was done from the owner point of view, we'll focus on the sales, that is total bill amount, not on the tip amount. Tip amount is not important for us if you are doing from the restaurant point of view. Right? Is the point is clear? Like this, we are having the multiple plots. Down, we are having everything. Multiple plots are there, one by one by one by one. These are the advanced plots. When you are having the multiple variables, these are the advanced plots. Like this, the count plot, bar plot, all these things. One by one, we have to discuss. Okay, let's start discussing one by one. What are the different types of plots? Okay. Scatter plot is not readable. What is the use? We can't say exactly what value from the scatter plot. See, everything may not be useful. I told you, for every question, some output will be there. That output might be useful, that output might not be useful. You don't need to focus on every single and every question. For some questions, a very good output you'll get, and that is the important information, right in the notes. If it is not giving any important information, just ignore. From this, you are not able to understand anything, just ignore. You have understand something, right? Whatever you have understand, what are the observation you have made from this, you write. And finally, all your observations you create with a report. It is called as data analytics report. Is the point is clear, guys? Now, let's get into the, for continuous variable, we are having the single variable, histogram, box plot, all these things. Already we have discussed this one, right? So I'm not going to waste time on this part. Again, already I have completed. So just we'll keep this one side, box plot and histogram and scatter plot. Now, when you want to include the third variable discrete, you are going to use the word called as hue by writing the hue. Okay. Now, next one is in terms of, okay, as whoever the student has told just now, from this he is not able to understand anything. Akshay, when we are having more than 3 different types of variables, that is not possible, right? Either continuous or discrete, only 2 will be there. What is the third type of variable? Unless we invent that one, it will not be available. As of now, we are having continuous, discrete. For cross-sectional data, for time series data, time series variable. Histogram only means count. Histogram meaning only count. Dheeraj, the meaning of histogram only taking on the x-axis with respect to the values along with their counts. That is the meaning of histogram. Yeah, you are asking more than 3 variables, right? That one also we'll discuss. Okay, Akshay. If it is not different variables, only variables, 3 variables, means 3 columns at a time. More than 3 columns, you want to do analysis at a time, right? That is the question. That one also we'll discuss. Next one. That is next. Okay, you are somewhat fast, but I'm not that much of fast. I'm comparatively slow. Okay. Yeah, I'll come to the next part, that one. Now coming to the next question, here I can see what is the difference between the bar chart and the histogram. Bar chart is applied on the discrete variable, histogram on the continuous variable. Upender, is it analysis we can do with the Java is also same or different? If you know Java and if you are able to do on the Java, answer will be the same. See, if you do using the Power BI, if you are using SQL, if you are using some other tool, any tool or any language in the world, answer will remain same. How simplify you are writing the code is only important. How much simply you are writing the code, which will make your work easy, that is important. But final answer will be the same. At the answer, If you do this one in the SQL, the answer will change. Suddenly minimum value will change in the SQL. What is the minimum total bill amount if the data is available in the database and you are using the SQL command and you are writing the select min of what are the total bill and from the table name, answer will change. No, right? Answer will be as this. Whether you use SQL, whether you use Power BI, whether you use Tableau, whether you use Excel, anything is same. And Avinash is asking, sir, here we are not using the plt.x label, plt.y label automatically. That is the advanced library. That is the difference between the basic versus advanced. So what is the difference between the matplotlib and Seaborn, miss? In the matplotlib, we are having the limitations. And X label, Y label, we have to specially mention. Here, automatical X label will be considered as the column name. Whatever the column name is there, that will be considered as the X label. And Y label will be always count in the histogram. That is default. Without writing the plt.x label, plt.y label, we are going to get automatically. That is the advantage of the Seaborn when compared to matplotlib. Right? Now, so here we are having in terms of like this scatter plot. Now, two variables, two continuous and one discrete. Okay. Now, as one of the student is saying that from this, I'm not able to understand anything clearly. So for that particular student, so what I'm going to do means whatever this column is there, gender, I'm writing the gender. Okay. And what are the gender I'm going to have? I'm going to take the gender in this way, side by side. This is only for female and this is only for male. Earlier in the above one, in this male and female both are attached. Now I want to separate. Separately, I want the male. Separately, I want for the female. The same scatter plot, but separately. I want separately. I don't want both of them in a single one. This is separate. And in matplotlib, we are going to use the subplots for this. We have to use the subplot and we have to apply. First, we have to separate the females. How we are going to separate? df of gender is equal to female. First, you have to write this one. Then female data will be separated. Assume that female data I'm storing in the f, some variable name f. Now within the f variable, f of, what are the f variable? Within the f of, you are going to take the total bill. And similarly, within the f, what are this data set? Within this, you are going to take the tip amount. What are the tip amount is the tip amount, f of tip amount. For these two, you are going to apply the scatter plot, sns.scatterplot, and you'll get the output like this. When you apply the sns.scatterplot like this, you are going to get this. Similarly, for male, first you separate the male data, that is df of gender is equal to male. And you are going to apply the sns.scatterplot. And in the scatter plot, you are going to take m of total bill. M is only male data versus m of tip. Within the male data, total bill versus tip, this is the scatter plot. Within the male data. This is within the female data. So instead of writing 4 lines of code, I can bring everything in one line by using the call. So for each category, one plot will be separated. First, it will observe in the gender, how many categories are there, male and female. So first it will separate all the male data and it will apply the scatter plot between, what are the scatter plot is there? The scatter plot between the total bill and tip amount. Second category is female. So for example, third category is there. 3 plots will be visible. Third plot also will be visible. So 3 scatter plots will be there. First, for 3 different types of groups, 3 different scatter plots. Sir, I want, for example, let us take like this. Day. How many days are there? 4 days are there. What are the 4 days we are having? One is Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Total 4 days are there. Now, how many scatter plots we have to get? Exclusively for Thursday, what is the scatter plot between total bill versus tip amount? Only on the Thursday data. Similarly, only on the Friday's data, only on the Saturday's data, only on the Sunday's data. Total 4 scatter plots I have to get. If I apply this one, I have to get total 4. And if I apply this, you are going to get overall 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sir, it is not visible, sir, properly. Okay. For that, 2 options are there. One is increase the zoominess. Okay. Second option is write call wrap. There is a call wrap is equal to 2. Means all the plots I have to get in the 2 columns only. Now I'm going to get in 2 columns. See how many data are there. Everything I'll get in the 2 columns. For example, 10 plots are there. Okay, 10 categories are there and 10 scatter plots I'm going to get. Everything I'll get in the 2 columns. Means 5 on this side, 5 on this side. 5, 5. But in 2 columns. Everything has to be given in the 2 columns. Like this, I'm going to separate by adding just call wrap. Now, assume that Seaborn is not there. In the matplotlib, what we have to do is separate the data and we have to apply. It will take at least 6 to 7 lines of code. Is the point is clear? Now, sir, okay, call is clear, call wrap is clear. Now, in the Sunday, within the Sunday data, first you have separated Sunday data. In the Sunday, total bill versus tip. This is the scatter plot. Okay, sir. In this, again, I want male and female. In this only, again, male and female I want. Add Q is equal to gender. What are the gender you want? Add the gender. Now, total how many columns I'm using? Total bill, tip, day, gender. 4 columns I'm using in this. 4 variables at a time. Akshay. 4 variables I'm using. At a time, I'm using the 4 different variables for this example. And I'm going to get within the Sunday records are separated. In the Sunday, total bill and the tip, within that again, male and female also separated. First Sunday separated. In that Sunday, again, this one also. Right? Yeah. So we are going to use object-oriented programming, functional programming, both in the Python. Wherever the object-oriented is required, there we use the object. Wherever the functional is required, we'll use the functional because Python is combination of both of them. Right? Is the point is clear for everyone? Now, next, if you go with the next plot called as joint plot, where it is a combination of, okay, scatter plot along with the histograms. So scatter plot along with the histogram. So you are going to get the total bill tip amount. For the tip amount, histogram on this side. What are the tip amount histogram? For total bill, the histogram. So you are going to get 2 histograms, 1 scatter plot in this way. This is called as joint plot. Right? Yeah. Akshay. Now, sir, here you are using the rel plot now. What is this rel plot? See, rel plot you can use, or simply you can write the scatter also, even scatter plot also. Now, what is the advantage of rel plot? Is you are going to have this outside. By default, whatever the legend is there, the legend will be outside. Means the categories will be displayed outside. Right? Now, this is a joint plot. This joint plot is a combination of 2 histograms along with 1 scatter plot is called as joint. Right? Next one is called as violin plot. These plots are not available in the matplotlib. These plots are not available in the matplotlib. Avinash is saying that which library is mostly used in the company? As I can see, Seaborn is easier. Whichever you feel that is easy. Whichever you feel easy, that is easy. As of now, why you are feeling Seaborn is easy means because earlier, whatever you have seen than this before, there might be somewhat difficult than this. In the future, if I show than Seaborn any library, you will feel that one is easy. Right? Whichever we practice more, that is the easiest one as per our choice. Because finally, guys, this point is important. Which library you are using is not important in the company. What is the output? And from that output, what observation you have written in the notes. This one is important. In data analytics project, this is important, not the library. Library makes the work easy. Work might be easy. Whether you are using the Power BI, Tableau, or whatever it is, ultimate goal of a data analyst not using the software efficiently. After using the software, though you know Power BI also, you don't know how to extract the output and what is observation you have to make from that. What is the use? Learning the tool is not important. You how to use that tool, how efficiently we have to use that tool is important. And here also Seaborn code is not important. After the code, what are the output you are observing now? That from that output, what the points you are writing in the notes now, that is more important. From each plot, one point you have to write. That is more important. Output is more important. Is the point is clear? Next, violin plot. Next plot is called as violin. Violin means it is going to apply on the one continuous variable and one discrete variable. It is a combination of box plot along with the KDE. So you are going to get that for female data, you are just applying. So first you are going to separate the female data. How to separate female? DF of gender is equal to female. Like this, you are going to separate the female data. Okay, female data separated. Within the female data, I'm going to apply the KDE plot on the total bill. For female data only, guys, not an entire data, only for female data. KDE plot on the female data for the total bill. KDE plot means single variable. Na? So you are going to apply, then automatically you are going to get a curve. KDE plot means kernel density estimation plot. That is nothing but this one. Where is that? Sorry, 1 minute. This is the one. So here, what is the difference here you have done is, you have considered the entire data. This is entire data. DF means entire. I want only for female. I want only for male. I don't want to include the females. I want to separately analyze the females data, males data. That is my requirement. Whether what I'm going to observe from that is secondary. That is my requirement. For my requirement, what I have to do is this one. So for example, you require day wise, not male and female wise. I want day wise. Sir, the same thing. I want day wise, sir. With females and males, I don't want anything. I want day wise. Okay, day wise. Saturday, Sunday, Thursday, Friday. Day wise. Right? Next one is when you're having the multiple variables, more than two, anything, infinite, up to infinity. Akshay and others. Not only Akshay, others also. Every person. More than two variables. This logic is not applicable in the matplotlib. Whenever you are having more than two continuous variable, we are going to apply the pair plot. There is a concept called as pair plot, which is used for the multiple variate plot. It is called as multivariate plot. Okay, multivariate. What is meant by multivariate, guys? When you are having a plot based on the multiple variables. It is called as multivariate plot. Assume that I'm having total 3 variables. The variable name is X, Y, Z. 3 variables are there. Or one more variable, I. 4 variables are there. 4 variables at a time, I want to apply the plot. Now, so total 4 variables are there. You are going to get a 4 by 4 matrix. How many variables are there? That much of matrix. So X variable, Y variable, Z variable, I variable. X, Y, Z, I. 10 variables are there means 10 by 10. 20 variables are there means 20 by 20. 100 variables are there means 100 by 100. Simple. Now, first variable, since both of them are same, you are going to get a histogram. If both the variable names are same, histogram. If both the variables are different, scatter plot. So now here x and y, here what you are going to have this y will be considered on the x-axis. Whatever you are having this side, that will be considered on the y-axis. Next, x versus z, scatter plot. X versus I, scatter plot. Next, this one, y variable here, this variable here, scatter plot. This is y and y, both are y and y only now, so histogram. Next one is y will be on here, z will be here, scatter plot. Whatever the y is there, y will be here, x-axis I will be there, scatter plot. Next one, whatever the x is there, x will be here, z will be here, scatter plot. And z will be here, and y will be here, scatter plot. And z and z, this is z, both are z means histogram. So diagonal values are going to be the histograms, and remaining all of them are going to be the scatter plot. This is called as pair plot. Is the point is clear? Pair plot. So at a time, you can observe the multiple histograms. You don't need to write separately plt.hist for each of them separately. Right? So that is called as pair plot. And this pair plot, we are going to have like this. When you are having the multiple variables. Now you can clearly observe here total bill is there. Here also total bill is there. Both are total bill, so histogram. So for this one, it is the total bill versus tip amount. And this is the tip amount versus total bill. And this is tip versus tip histogram. Okay, at a time you can get the multiple scatter plots and multiple histograms. And the next one is called as heat map. The next map is called as heat map. Now, what is meant by heat maps? Heat map means just adding the colors to the number. Adding colors to the number. That's it. Is called as heat map. Heat map, or simply we can call it as color map. Adding colors to the numbers. What are the numbers? Different colors. Now, for example, I'm taking one table like this. Okay. Well, I'm taking here 1, 9, 6, 2, 8, 6, 4, 20. Okay, something. Total 8 values are there. Now, this data set consists of 2 columns with 4 rows. Now, which number is big number out of all of them? For that number, you give the dark color. For light numbers, you give the light colors. That's it. As the number value increases, darker the color, number is decreases, light color. That's it. What are the data? You take what are the data. So, for example, okay, let's try with a small example. I'll take here one data set, small data set. I'm creating the data set now. Data frame. And I'm going to take the column name called as Z. And values. What is the values means? Just now, whatever the numbers I have written in the flow, let us take the same numbers. 1, 9, 6, 2, comma. Second column, let us take it as I. Name is I. And 8, 6, 4, 20. This is the data frame, DF1. A small data set I have created. Okay. For this data set, I want to apply the heat map. So I'm going to apply the SNS.heat map. Heat map means color map for the DF1. See, colors are added. So the lighter the value, the darker the color. The biggest value, lighter the color. Right? Now here I'm going to, numbers are not visible now. Add the numbers. Annoyed is equal to true. That is adding the numbers. The numbers also will be visible now. Is the point is clear? Now easily we can identify which number is the having the least. That is easy to identify. So generally where we are going to apply this one means on the correlation. So which is having the low correlation with the requirement that we are going to observe. Yes, Abhishek, it is also possible. Reverse is equal to true. Right? Is the points are clear? Everything till now? Any questions? Of course, multiple questions we are asking. Now, till now, what are discussed? Within that, can you ask questions? What are the questions you are having? Till now, whatever we have discussed. Yeah, heat map means nothing but giving the colors, adding the colors to the numbers. What are the numbers are there for the numbers? For these numbers, this is the colors. For example, if I change the number, this one I'm giving the 29. Now, which number is biggest number out of these all of them? In the given data set, which number is the biggest one? Kanha Behra. Which number is biggest one for the given data set? In this data set, 29, right? So for 29, light color will be there. Which is the least number in this data set? Which is the least number? Which is the least number? 1. For one least number. Sir, for example, least number is minus, instead of this one, I'm having this one as minus 20, sir. Assume this is minus 20. Now, which is the least one out of all of them? Minus 20. Minus 20 will be given as the dark color. Right? Is the points are clear? Yes, we are observing. These are all the questions with the observations. Can we apply heat map for large data set also? Absolutely. But in for entire data, see, for this, if you apply numbers for showing for you, numbers only it is visible. But generally, for which one you'll apply means correlation matrix. Correlation. Correlation means which is having the two variables, their relation. And I want to identify which one is having the least correlation, which one is having the high correlation in my data set. Which two features are highly correlated, which two features are less correlated. Sai Kumar. Is the point is clear, guys? Done? Yeah, see, here rows, it is not going to impact on the rows, only columns. Only columns. For example, if you are having 10 columns, you are going to get a 10 by 10 matrix. Columns are important, not the rows. If you are having 10 columns, 10 by 10 matrix. 20 columns, 20 by 20 matrix. 30 columns, 30 by 30 matrix. Columns. Rows can be infinite. That is not a problem for us. 10 lakh rows also not a problem. But columns, for example, you are having only in terms of 2 columns. In the 2 columns, you are having 10 lakh records are there. Records are 10 lakhs. But columns are 2 only. Now, how much matrix you are going to get? 1 lakh matrix or 2, which matrix you are going to get for 2 columns? Sai Kumar. For 1 lakh records also, sir, 1 lakh records, it might become the very large. For 1 lakh records, you are going to convert 2 by 2 only, na? Sai Kumar. Just I'm showing as an example. This is an example, giving the colors to the numbers. This is an example. Forget this one. Correlation matrix. Do you remember the correlation matrix? correlation between two variables. Now, for example, I'm having in terms of X and Y columns, two columns are there, and you are having here 10,000 records and 10,000 records. Okay. And if you apply the correlation matrix, how the correlation matrix you are going to get? The correlation you are going to get with two columns X and Y, X and Y. And what is the correlation between X and X means 1. The correlation between X and Y only will be there, right? And Y is so 1. Right? What are the number of data is there also? Correlation matrix for two columns. What is the correlation matrix you are going to get? 2 by 2 only, na? Here, for example, if I take the total bill, what is the total bill column is there? First is the column name is called as total bill. This is the first column, total bill. Second column name is called as tip. These are the two columns. For these two columns, I'm applying the correlation matrix. Now, for two columns, 244 records are there. I'm getting 244 heat map. No, right? 2 by 2 only, na? Only 2 by 2, right? Because two columns are there, 2 by 2 matrix. Three columns are there with 3 by 3 matrix. Four columns are there with 4 by 4 matrix. Whatever I have got here, for that I'm applying the heat map, means colors. Now, what is the advantage of applying the heat map? Means, for example, let us take like this. I'll show you one more data set, okay, which we are going to work in the future. This is a diabetic data set where we have to work on the diabetics of the patients. And here I'm having the correlation matrix like this. Now tell me guys, what is the use of this one? What is the use of this heat map here? Tell me. Can anyone tell me what is the advantage of this heat map? So here, if you observe, I'm having a very good correlation with some variables. Here I'm having the skin thickness versus glucose. The correlation is very low. Here also the correlation is very low. Here also the correlation, wherever the dark numbers are there, dark numbers indicates with respect to low correlation. So we can identify easily which is having the low correlation, which is having the high correlation. In this, out of which is having the highest correlation means this is having the highest correlation because this is comparatively very dark. Okay. So which is having with respect to low correlation and this one means this one. So we are identifying the correlation between the variables. For making our work easy, we are adding the colors to identify the dark one easily. For example, in the given data set, big size data set, for example, let us, without heat map, without using the heat map, this is the correlation matrix. Now in this, identify which is the least number is. Identify the least number in this. The correlation between glucose versus glucose is 1. Correlation between glucose plus versus blood pressure, glucose versus skin thickness, glucose versus insulin, glucose versus BMI, glucose versus age. Like this, you are having with respect to different variables. Now, out of which one is the least one you have to identify means here it will take so much of time, but whereas this one, it will give the very quick answer. Is the point is clear? Now, similarly, we are going to apply the same way for discrete variables. These are all applied on the continuous variables. Now we are going to move on to the discrete variables. For discrete variables, single variables, bivariables like this, one by one, we are going to apply on the discrete variables. So a combination of by using the pandas, from the pandas, and by using the Seaborn with respect to various plots, we are going to do the complete analysis. And we are going to, from each one, we are going to do the observations. And what are the observations we have made? We are going to create a report on that. Is the point is clear? In some cases, we require Pandas code. In some cases, we require plot. By observing the plot, we can understand. In some cases, we require with respect to Pandas, like group by function, minimum value, average, mean value, all these things. It depends on your question. If you're asking me that how the data was distributed means, I have to show you this histogram. If you ask the same question, what is the average value means, I'm going to apply the Pandas code. How both will be the same? How the distribution and the mean value will be the same? As per the question. For some questions, we are going to use the Pandas. For some questions, we are going to use the Seaborn. And finally, by using both of them, we are going to do the complete analysis. Right? Yes. And sir, by using the correlation, we are identifying which two variables are highly correlated, which variables are less correlated. The relation between the relation, which are having the high relation, which are having the low relation. Sir, Pandas graph and how it is different from the Power BI graphs. See, Power BI, Pandas, plots are not different. Analysis is not different. Analysis and plots, everything is going to be the same. That is one type of tool. This is one tool. Okay. Now, guys, if I ask a silly question, what is 12 16s are? Answer, please. Twelve into 16. Yeah, everyone are saying some 192, right? Now, in what way you got 192? One student has done like this, 12 into 16. 6 twos are 12, 1, 6 ones are 7, 72, 12, and total 192. One student has done this one. One student has done 12 into 16 means 12 into 10 plus 6, 12 into 10 plus 12 into 6, that is 120 plus 72, which is 192. Whether answer is changed, whether answer has got changed. Some other student has done in other procedure also. Not only this one, these two I have written. Other than these two, some other student has taught in a different way, maybe. Now that is the difference between the Tableau, Power BI, and all the different. Final, everything is going to be the same. The procedure, whatever you are following, for someone will be, something will be easy. For someone, something will be easy. For some students, if I explain the procedure number 2, they'll feel easy. For some students, if I apply this procedure, they'll feel this is easy. But answer is same. If you apply using the, now if I open the Excel sheet, in the Excel sheet, if I do what are the questions I have told you now, till now, everything if I show in the Excel, now what is the difference in the Excel versus Python miss? Some additional features will be there. Easiness will be there. There I have to write some 4 to 5 lines of code. Here I can write in 1 line of code only. Is the point is simple? Multiple features will be there. Some additional features will be there. That additional features will make you the work easy. For some questions, in both of them, you'll get the same answers. For example, which are possible in Python, they have the same answers you may get in there also. If what are the possible there, you may get here also. For some of the questions, in Python will be very easy. For some questions, Power BI will be very easy. Okay. So your Here, our class is data analytics with Python. So I'm showing everything with Python. If this same class is data analytics with Power BI, I'll show everything in Power BI. If this same class is data analytics with Tableau, I used to show everything in the Tableau. Right? Simple. Point is simple. Since today's class is with Python, so we are discussing how to do the everything with Python. Is all the questions are clear, guys? Now, everyone has written some questions in the notes, right? At the starting, everyone has written the notes in the some questions. I want all the questions. What are the questions you have written in the notes? For every question, I want the answer. That is your task. For every question, whatever you have written in the notes, I want the answers along with the plots, respective plots. That is your task. Right? So this balance, whatever the plots we are having, we'll continue in the next class. Okay. For old batch students, my batch students, we'll continue in the next class. Done. So no need to take the break and no need to continue. This normal workshop only, na? Just to give a overview for the new students only. No need of that much of detailness. Anyways, tomorrow we'll discuss in detail. In our class, we'll continue in detail. More questions. Coming to, sir, what tools you are using? Yeah, in your class, we are having a batch. So you can, Sunil and all the students, okay, new participants who are completely attending, you can join tomorrow my new batch at 7:30 p.m. And the link will be shared to your mail ID. Already, when you have registered with the Zoom, your mail ID was already stored with the Naresh IT in the database of Naresh IT. So they are going to share it to you, the link. Yeah, Sai Kumar, already the notes was uploaded. You can check in your drive. Just open your drive. 10:30 batch students, please open your drive. In the drive data visualization folder, there you are having the matplotlib along with the Seaborn and tips dataset. Dataset is available and this one also available. And coming to the recording, it is already getting live on the YouTube. So even this recording is available in the YouTube. Done? Yeah, Akshay. Coming to the last stage, sir, what we are going to do in the last stage? What are the observations and what are the important plots you have observed now? All the plots you are going to save and you are going to keep in the PPT. And that presentation you have to do. All the important points along with that. Important points along with the plots. What are the plots are there? You have to keep in the PPT and you have to present in front of the team. What are the things you have done? Presentation. Right? So how to save the plots? Very simple. Again, you can click on this and click on the save image. It will be saved on in the system wherever you want, you can save. Okay. So are we going to discuss, guys, 10:30 batch students, we are going to discuss even the Django also, how to deploy this one in the Django. Earlier for the previous batches, it is not there. From your batch onwards, it is also included. So I have created everything for that. Yes. How we can practice this lesson if I can't get the access to the file? Yeah, you can connect with the team. So they are in the YouTube. In the YouTube description, you'll see the file along with the data set, Jupyter Notebook file, which is in the PDF format. I'll not share, never I'll share the Jupyter Notebook directly. Python code will not be given directly like that. to my students, or whether it is new students or old students, I'll never give the Python code like that because they have to practice. Yeah, class is completed, guys, and we are going to continue the tomorrow's class. If you are having any questions, you can ask. Otherwise, you can leave. I assume that new participants, what is data analysis? You have got it. Some overview. I'm not saying that it is completely clear for you, but 100% I assume that you have got the some overview. Yeah. For mathematical operations, NumPy is sufficient. For statistical operations, SkyPy. SkyPy is for statistics. NumPy is for maths. Yeah. Sir, it is a wonderful session. All the new things, sir, I saw in Power BI. This okay, done. Nice, right? It is clear now. So in tomorrow's class, we are going to see the applications where these all the plots has used in the real life. I'll show you in the some reports like mutual fund reports, and in the stock market, whatever the plots they are using every day based on that, how they are going to decide the investments. All these things with live example, I will show you by opening the one report which is available in the website. Just I will show you. Yeah, as of now, in the YouTube dataset was not there. Dataset is not there, and Python code is also not there. Just now I have completed and I have to upload now. After this class, it will be available. Just it will take another half an hour. Right? Yeah, guys. And 10:30 batch, I'm already notes was uploaded for you. Please practice. And tomorrow we'll continue with the same. And tomorrow I'm going to share you a new data set and where you have to work the complete project. I'm going to share you the assignment and you have to complete the entire project by you from starting to ending. Just I will give you a brief overview about the business problem and you have to do remaining part. As a manager in the company, whatever the work I do in the same way, just I'll give the brief overview and you have to do. And that is going to be the tomorrow's task and tomorrow's assignment for you. Yeah. Uh, yeah, Sunil, thanks for this workshop, sir. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Yeah, everyone, still any questions on new students? Sir, thank you very much for your wonderful question, wonderful session. I'm a 27-old and completed Python and all these things. And yeah, nice session, sir. Now, Sailija, thank you. Wonderful session. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you all for your valuable feedbacks. Very nice. Abhijit, coming to your question, you are a 27-year-old and completed Python, NumPy, Pandas, and Matplotlib 2 months back. So you want to have a best career choice for whether data analytics or data science. Enroll for my course. It includes both of them. That is the best choice, best career choice for you. It is a combination of both of them. In one shot, two birds. Yeah, Pooja, nice session, sir. Thank you. Still, any questions, guys? Yeah, thank you, sir, for addressing my doubt. Yeah, done. Upender, how many days the course? Its course is around 4.5 months to 5 months. And particularly, Abhijit, if you have the students who has already completed the Python, who already having the knowledge on Python, you want to join in the batch miss, unnecessarily don't waste again your time for joining the Python. Already my 10:30 a.m. batch Python was completed. Now directly you can join in that. You can contact the Naresh IT team and you can directly join into that batch so that this 1.5 month time will be saved for you because that batch was started on the April 15th. 1.5 month approximately, not exactly, approximately, right? So you can save that 1.5 month now, Abhijit. Not only Abhijit, Any person in this class who has already completed Python, who are already having a NumPy, Pandas, and Matplotlib something, directly you join in that batch so that you can save the 1.5 month time. If you're not having any knowledge, miss, better to join from the basics. Than hurry burry, understanding the concepts is more important. Hope you are training in 2 months of my serious practice. I will be able to do the code like you. Thank you so much for your wonderful session. Sure, Lashmi Prasanna. Nice. I also hope the same. You have to do me better than me. And at the same time, you have to complete my task so that it should be helpful for me also. I hope in the same way, right? Done. Dheeraj, sir, do the projects includes the lag chain and advanced modules in your class? Of course, AI part also included, even that generative AI with prompt engineering also added. Okay, attend tomorrow 7:30 p.m. so that you'll get a clarity on the content, what we are going to discuss. Still, any questions, guys? What is your course name, sir? Full Stack Data Science and Artificial Intelligence by Shivram Krishna. Last word is important. Kartika Priya. Data Science and AI by Shivram Krishna. That is the course name, right? Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. All your courses programming only, basics are also don't know to me. Yes, Rajeshwari, if you don't know the basics, start from the scratch level. That is first day onwards. So most of the students in my class, completely they are new to data science. 99% of the people are new to data science because that is the reason they are sitting in the class. If they're already familiar with the data science, while they sit in the class, they'll learn on the YouTube only on their own, right? They'll learn on their own, right? If they're already having some knowledge with them, they will learn from there. Self-learning will be sufficient for them. Since they don't know many things, they want to learn clearly from the basics starting. So they are going to sit in the class and they learn from the basics. So my suggestion for you is start from the basics by attending my class. Nareshwari. Still, any questions? Thanks for your wonderful session, sir. Thank you, thank you, thank you, guys. Thanks for all your feedbacks. Thank you. Right? Let's end up. Done.